This morning I'm sharing with you a word I've entitled the quiet time. The quiet time is the time that you have set aside to communion with God, or the time that you have set aside for God to talk with you. Why must you have quiet time? You must have a quiet time because Jesus Christ had a quiet time. So we must follow his example. He said the next morning Jesus awoke long before daybreak and went out alone into the wilderness and prayed. Mark chapter 1 verse 35. Jesus Christ went to the wilderness to communicate with his Father. So as a Christian, you must have a time set aside to communicate with God, to bring your challenges before him, to tell God to have mercy on you. That is the time that you have set aside, that nothing distracts you. Quiet time helps us to what? To grow spiritually. He said that the one who has a quiet time, he shall be like the plant that is planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf shall not wither, and whatsoever he or she does shall prosper. Psalm 1 verse 3. You must go through the word of God or learn the word of God. So which time are you going to learn this word of God? That is the time that you are set aside to communicate with him. When you have a quiet time, it draws you closer to God. He said that draw closer to God, and God will draw closer to you. Wash your hands, you sinners. Purify your heart, you hypocrite. James chapter 4 verse 8. Quiet time is the time that it helps you to draw closer to God. That is when you can have a serious relationship with God. Let me tell you, even the one you love, the one you cherish, you said the person is on your priority list. You always set a time aside for the one you love and for the things you love. If you love God, you must set a time aside in the day for him. When is it appropriate to have your quiet time? Early in the morning is the best time, because that time your mind is fresh and your mind is not occupied with so many things. In the afternoon or in the evening, your mind is occupied with so many activities. But early in the morning, your brain is what? Fresh and ready to meet with God. They said Jesus went early in the morning. So early in the morning is the best time you can communicate with God or have a quiet time with God. Abraham had a quiet time. David had a quiet time. You know, the quiet time helps you to go through the word of God. And you know, the Bible reveals the mind of God. The Bible is the food for our soul. The Bible is the light for our path. And the Bible is our what? Mightier weapon. So during your quiet time, you go through the word of God, the Bible, the manual for your life. As a believer, you can't say you are a strong believer without having a quiet time. What are the things that I will need for my quiet time? You will need a place, a quiet place that is undisturbed. You also need a Bible that will help you, a Bible that is simply translated, that you understand it. You will also need a guide or an aid, like what? The daily guide, the daily power, the light for our path, or our daily bread. They are all books that help us to have our quiet time. And you also need a note that you jot down some important lessons from the Bible. Quiet time is very important as a Christian, because that time you can bring your challenges before God. You can bring your problems before God. That is when you can pour out your heart and tell God to have mercy on your marriage. Have mercy on your finances. Have mercy in your business. Have mercy upon your children. You know, the blind man called unto Jesus. Luke chapter 18 verse 38. He says, Son of David, have mercy upon me. Quiet time is the time you can tell God to have mercy on you. Bible said that God have mercy on whom he will show mercy. The Syrian man, Bible said that his servant was dead. But when he sent the Jewish leaders that they should go and meet Jesus, when they went, they told Jesus, this man, you must have compassion on him. When you have a quiet time and you have a close relationship with God, anytime you go before him, he will have mercy on you. I'm encouraging you wherever you are that have a time set for God. When you have time for God, God will have time for you. God bless you.